Oh yeah. What is going on? Here we go. Getting the stream going. Welcome everybody. We are live. Getting things going. I'm going to start talking about Scream and some other stuff here in just a second. Waiting for some more people to come on in. I see we already got a few a few friends here in the chat. We got La Chica, what's going on? Hello Scream. Hello. Denisha, what's going on, Denisha? How's it going? Aiden is here as well. Scream 5 Blu-ray and 4K tomorrow. I know, I got it coming in the mail. I just got my just got a notification about it, so I'm very excited for that. Yes, and the VHS 94 Blu-ray, I have also ordered that because both of those are must-haves. So that comes out later this month as well. So make sure to get on that if you guys haven't. What's going on, Jack? What's up, Jack Stannis? Gonna have to get on the live stream together, man. What's going on? Jaden's here. We got Gavin. Hi. I love Scream. I love Scream too. You don't have to yell at me though, Gavin. No, just kidding. Moser, what's going on? Moser movie reviews. How's it hanging? Stud Click. Are you going to talk about Tara? I'll probably talk about Tara a little bit. I really liked her. Jenna Ortega is phenomenal. So I'll probably be talking about her a little bit tonight. Easton Plays. What's going on? Did you see the Bodies It comes out August 6th. Is it August 5th or 6th? I already forgot. Easton, what's going on though? How's it hanging? Comzat says, what's up, Jake? I'm chilling, man. I'm just hanging. Brie is here. What's going on? Yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun tonight. I'm glad you stopped by. Lei TheNerd is here. Hello. Dropping by before going to bed. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you. Johnny Gomez says, can't wait for Scream 6. I'm also very pumped for that. Corey's in the house. See what I did there? Hey, dude, sending good vibes from Winnipeg. Nice. Thank you for stopping by, Corey. I appreciate it. Adam's here saying he's stoned. You're stoned and at work. Great combination. Quentin, what's going on? I'm not gonna read that, Quentin, but that's funny. Jason Dyer says Stu Lives Funko Pop update. I'm working on it. I can't find anybody out there to do a Funko Pop, so I'm working on that still. I had a really busy day doing some businessy stuff, so gonna happen eventually. Zoe, making your workday better. That's good, man. I'm so glad. Thank you guys so much. So I'm gonna say this right now, starting this thing off. I'm gonna be going for an hour tonight. So exactly at 8 o'clock, I'm done. Unless we get some super chats going. Every single dollar will add a minute to the stream tonight, and that's just gonna be going with all my streams. If we get some super chats, we're gonna keep it going for a little longer than that. But I will be going for an hour otherwise. So to say hi to some more people here. What's going on, Tori? What's up? What's up, Tori? Who else have I not said hello to? Cheesy Master. I love that name. Cheesy Master. Do you think Scream 6 will take place at a college like Scream 2? I think it's possible, for sure. I think that could happen. I do think we got this New York setting going on, though. I don't know if we're gonna focus on a college on like somewhere in New York City. That could be a possibility, but I do see this thing taking place in New York. That's just kind of my opinion. I feel like we're gonna focus a little more on that, like downtown, and like maybe in Times Square, like stuff like that. Obviously, we're not gonna be able to film there. We're filming in Montreal, but I feel like just typical city places is what I'm thinking. Do you think they should kill Gale? Says, I say no. I say don't kill Gale. We've already killed off a legacy character, and we did that with purpose. I feel like killing off more legacy characters at this point is just going to get egregious and not super purposeful. I think, at least. Robert Vega, what's up? How am I? I'm fantastic. How are you, Robert? I'm killing it tonight. I just feel phenomenal. So things are great. Justin Baugh, what's going on, man? When do you think we'll get an answer from Nev? Sometime soon. I feel like we have to have that out soon. I mean, they're to my knowledge, the last we heard of any updates is that they were casting for the film. So like we probably are gonna get an answer sometime real soon. Is what I'm thinking. So. Probably. Hopefully. I hope she says yes too. If she says no, that's really foreboding, right? Like that's some scary stuff if we don't get a yes if we don't get a yes from Nev Campbell. Aussie, what's going on? Can't wait for Scream 6, hoping for Kirby as a focus, but not to die. Me too, man. I 100% would love to see Kirby come back for this. I think that would be sweet. I love Kirby's such a good character too. I hope she comes back. Hayden Panettiere's got a lot going on right now, so I don't know if she does come back or not, but I would love to see her. So, Kid Dracula, what's going on? Yo, Yo, yo. M. Cox says, sup, y'all? What's up back? How's it hanging, bro? Do you like the band Spirit Box? I've never heard of Spirit Box before, but I will have to check that out. But getting into the Scream 6 discussion a little bit now that we have some people in the chat. Welcome to everyone who is here first and foremost, of course. If I have not said hello to you, hello. Tonight we're going to get into some spooky conversations about some Scream stuff. And like I said earlier, if you want to keep the chat going, if we get to an hour, the timestamp, and you're like, Jake, I want you to keep talking about some BS in my face. Keep talking about some horror stuff. Throw those super chats out there. We'll keep it going. So getting into the Scream 6 discussion, though, I'm hoping for a lot of new things in Scream 6 to break the very simple formula, says Lei TheNerd. And I couldn't agree more. I think I really want this film to break that formula that we've basically seen followed to a T in the last couple, in all 5 of the movies. I want to see them do something different. I want to see them do something that kind of breaks that mold. And I've talked about different suggestions I've had about it. Like a big one could be that they try a different style of murder mystery, like where everything takes place on one night. This is just a random suggestion I'd like to throw out there, but what if we have an entire Scream movie that takes place in like one setting? It doesn't necessarily, like, it's not confirmed that it's going to be taking place in New York. So I don't know if that's 100% going to be the case here. Could we see a Scream film that takes place in just one location the whole time? And then we're trying to figure out who the Ghostface killer is throughout the entire movie. There could be just one Ghostface killer. There could be 3 Ghostface killers. That's another deviation. I just want to see something different, man. I mean, we've done the same thing every single time, you know? Do something different. Nice shirt. I got my ET hoodie going on right now. Are you probably talking about the this one, the Cage Fighter shirt? I do like that. What shirt do I have on right now? Oh, I got my zombie shirt on. Wait just 1 minute, everyone. I gotta change back. I gotta change out of this into my horror movie superhero costume. Let's do this. Let's do this. I got my cool zombie shirt on. I was ready tonight. I was ready for the stream. I was ready for it. Oh yeah. To answer a certain person's questions, I do not report on leaks. So I appreciate it, but I don't report on things that like get leaked that the certain, like, the director wouldn't want you to see. So I'm aware of a leaked scene. I don't think I'll be reporting on it though. I'm already, yeah, Lei TheNerd says, I'm already stripping, and we're only 7 minutes into this. Yeah, I got my cool zombie shirt on. If you guys have not seen Zombie from 1979, I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Ronnie Burns is in the chat. What's going on, Ronnie? I want to see what happened when Sam's dad, aka Bill Loomis, met her and Tara's mom after Tara's dad left. That would be an interesting flashback. I've been talking about how Scream 6 could really benefit from some flashbacks. We could see Stu. Like, how many people want to see Stu come back? Okay? I know a lot of us don't want to see him, like, somehow be resurrected from the TV falling on his head. I understand that. But could you imagine if we had a flashback to 1996 and it's Stu Macher and it's him again, it's young Stu with Billy, and they have some kind of scene where it talks about, like, how Sam's mother got to know Billy a little bit. I would love to see that. We could there's a justified reason to have a flashback in this movie. We could also satisfy the urge to have more Stu Macher in our movie, I think, that way. Personally, I'm down for that. If it's purposeful, yeah, let's do it. I'm all about it. Mr. Connor just texted me. Connor is working with us on Red Right Hand. He just had a very good idea. Gonna have to call him in a little bit. Elliot, what's going on, Elliot? I feel like it's going to go in the Cult of Ghostface direction, kind of like Kevin Williamson's original idea. I could see them reviving that idea for this new script. They've already kind of taken some ideas that unfortunately got panned all the way back and brought them into Scream 5. So I wouldn't be shocked if they made a whole trilogy centered around Kevin Williamson's original idea for the entire trilogy. So I'm totally down for that. Vampira's Coffin, what is going on? Hello. What is up, KillJoy Jake? You're putting on some badass content back to back. Thank you for that. It has helped me. Have you saw or heard the news of Scream 2 having 3 killers? First of all, thank you so much for watching my content. I try to put a little bit of effort into it, so that means a lot. Thank you so much. I would love to see 3 killers in Scream 2. Whatever this thing is going to be called, Scream 6, Scream 2, Screams, Scream Forever, Scream in Space, Ghost Space, whatever they want to call it. I'm down for 3 killers. I'm totally all about that. I would just something different and have a, like, my other thing about 3 killers is if they do that, I want it to have a point too. Like there's got to be a big point as to why there's 3 killers. I think reveal that you have 2 killers initially. So you think it's same old, but then have a third person walk out and they're some kind of leader of a cult or something. I think that would be really cool. The movie Life, hello. They say, hello, Jake. Howdy, howdy. What is up? How are things in your neck of the woods, my friends? How many more Scream films do you think we're going to get? It's a great question, Gavin. I feel like, honestly, with the Scream movies, you could put out another one of these every 10 years or so. I feel like the thing I value the most about the Scream films is the commentary on the genre. That's the biggest thing for me. That's what I love about these movies. If you're a horror geek, you go to these movies and you see a bunch of references to things that are common, that are things that you've seen in horror recently. And Scream does a really good job at commenting on that. I think we're always going to be we're constantly in this perpetually changing phase of horror. Like right now, we're slowly exiting the requel phase. What are we going to get into next? Whatever that could be, Scream could comment on that. You could put out a Scream movie every 5-10 years, I think. Honestly, I wouldn't be against that. They're fun movies. They're always a good time. I don't really dislike any of them. I think I could put on any of them right now and just like have a good time watching it. So I'm not against more Scream films personally. If they want to continue it past 6, like I said, I think 7 is probably already confirmed. They're just not telling us because they want to have a cliffhanger ending. I will ride that train until March 31st next year, baby. I really, oh God, I want a cliffhanger ending so bad. I want it so bad. Silas says, what is your take on an early killer reveal? I think it would be really cool to have 3 killers, have one of them revealed in the opening scene and have them get murdered. And everyone thinks, oh, everything's fine. It's all over. We had this one little spoof with this person who was going to try to attack someone. We took him out though. And then the rest of the movie, the other 2 Ghostface killers are shitting their pants because one of their members is already dead at the get-go. That would be really crazy, really interesting. I would be so interested in seeing that. Denisha, thank you so much. I'm really glad you like the Lethal channel too. If you have not seen the Lethal Collective channel, well, I'm totally blanking right now. Craven Something Scary, Fate Decided, and the Night Watch Zone. We all stream every Monday and Friday. If you guys are not subscribed to that page, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers right now. So go check that out if you have not. We might see the opening scene, Sydney's babysitter, die as the babysitting Sydney's kids, but the kids are in their room sleeping while the babysitter is getting murdered. Don't you think Ghostface would go after the kids, though? If Ghostface is attacking this house for some reason? Feel like Ghostface might go after the kids. That's really brutal. That'd be messed up. Scream 7 2026, 30 years. Stu comes back and KillJoy Jake is the second killer in Mastermind. Book it. I would be so honored. I would be so honored to be a killer in those movies. That would be insane. Oh, I would love that. I would absolutely love that shit. That would be nuts. Okay, here we go. The movie Life says, Dewey survived in Scream 5. He's been stabbed a billion times, so why would he die now? Well, Dewey is a little older, I will say that. He's gone, like he even says in Scream 5, he's gone through multiple stab wounds and a bunch of nerve damage, yada, yada, yada. I think the guy's pretty done. I understand killing him. My argument for why I think it was so important to kill one of the legacy characters in this movie was, honestly, dude, like, it's scary again. Like Scream, we really don't think nobody is safe anymore. That's the biggest thing with killing off one of the legacy characters. And it had to be him. It had to be him. I think if they killed off Gail or Sydney, it wouldn't have had the positive response that movie has had for the most part. So he's the character that had to die that way. He's a hero. He's a heroic character. He takes out he's always, I always feel like he was going to have a hero's death one way or another. That was always going to happen. So I feel like and now moving forward with Scream 6, I don't know if they're going to kill Gail or Sydney or not. Now I'm like, I really don't know if that's going to be the case. That kind of tension, that kind of fear is what I live for in certain horror movies. So the fact that that's fresh again, we're there again. We're at this point where it's like, we really don't know who is going to live or die. No one is safe anymore in the Scream movies, where maybe in the past we have felt that way. Like maybe going into 4 for the first time, some people were like, well, yeah, of course, Dewey, Sidney, and Gail are going to live. Of course. I was even saying that when I was covering Scream 5. I'm like, there's no way they're going to kill a legacy character. They're just teasing us. Was I wrong? Wow. Yeah, no, they just went and did it, man. They just went and did it. So who knows? Who knows what could happen? Jordan, what's going on? Jordan Cansdale, how's it hanging? Thanks for joining the chat. Having a good time. I want to say this now that we have some more viewers here. I'm going until 7. It's 7 o'clock right now. I'm going until 8 p.m. tonight. But if you guys want to see the stream continued, super chats are appreciated. And every single dollar you donate, that's another minute that we're going. It's another minute that we're going. So if you put in $10 right now, that's till 8:10 that I'll be going. So there you go. Just throwing that out there. Horror movie buff says, KillJoy Jake, how would you feel if Jill is the mastermind? You'd have to do some explaining, man. You'd have to do it, like, bringing back any dead character that's tough. Because you either got to retcon some stuff, you got to write in something to how she came back, how any of these characters are going to survive what they have been through. And you have to have a point for bringing them back, too. I think if they just bring back Jill, they bring back Stu, they bring back some dead character, you got to do it with purpose. Because if you don't, then I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that. Then it's just like you just brought this character back because they were a fan favorite character. I would rather them bring back characters with a point that kind of have some purpose towards the plot, have some reason to come back. That's how I feel about it. If they bring back Jill and they have some kind of story that suits her, sure, I'm about it. Elliot McNair, thank you so much, man. We're going till 8:10 now because of you, Mr. Elliot. I appreciate that. Do you think Gail's Scream 3 bangs will make a cameo? Also, you don't have to stay past 8, just supporting the channel. I appreciate it, Elliot, but you know what? I'm gonna stay. I'm like I said, I'm dedicated to this thing now. We're full time. I'm dedicated. We're staying past 8. I don't care. I'll stay till midnight if we get to that point. I want to show some dedication here. So, but Gail's Scream 3 bangs making a cameo would be hilarious. I would love to see like just a line, like something really simple where we have like just a character with bangs that are not good bangs and maybe someone else makes fun of them. Wouldn't that be great? Because we all know what they're referencing. Even Courtney Cox has made fun of herself at this point and is in on the joke. I love it. I love it. I love that. I love when people can make fun of themselves. It's fantastic. I'm very I love self-deprecating humor. I do it a lot on this page, so I'm all about that. Maverick Media, what's going on? What's up, Maverick? How's it hanging? Desiree, thank you. Thanks for stopping by the stream, everybody. Ernie Bird, the stoner, says, wish the killers of Scream 5 would be Judy and Wes Hicks, but working separately and had different motives. Ooh. A mother and son duo, but working together for totally different reasons. Not working together for totally different reasons. That's interesting. There's a part of me that would love to see Judy become the killer. But then at that point, it's like, why was she so sus in Scream 4 if she wasn't a part of the killers in that movie? I could see a Ghostface killer that was working with the police department, though, for whatever reason. I would like to see a corrupt version of the Woodsboro Police Department or wherever we're going for this next movie that is somehow affiliated with whoever the Ghostface killers are this time around. Give Ghostface a bit of an edge that's realistic and could help out their characters. Because realistically, like, that's something tough for Ghostfaces to do now in this world of modern technology. It's harder to be a Ghostface killer than it was to be in 1996. So I think to give them some kind of realistic edge that isn't a voice changer box where literally that technology does not exist today, let alone in 1999, that would be really cool. I'd be all about that. Sonic Movies channel, what's going on, says theory. In the last Scream movie, Gale Weathers is revealed to be hiring all the Ghostfaces to have more books. If this was the Gale Weathers we were dealing with in Screams like 1 or 2, I would agree with you. But I feel like we're seeing a much different version of Gale Weathers, one that has built her character up a little more. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it now. I feel like if this was the same Gale Weathers as in Scream 1 or 2, we could see that happen. But I don't know now. I feel like there's no way the legacy characters will turn evil. We'll go Ghostface. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I could like 100% though. I see where you're coming from with that theory, because that would be sick to have Gale Weathers be basically having a Ghostface out there hiring them to kill people so she can write more books. That's awesome. That's badass. That's some scary shit right there. So I'd be all about that. Zach the Strongest, how's your Red Right Hand movie going? Very well. We just started working on pre-production stuff. So along the lines of we have to get the shots ready. We're doing the storyboarding. We're making sure the script's good, finalized, which it is. That we're very confident on. We're working with the cinematographer right now on getting all the shots right, all the locations ready, scheduling, because there's a lot of people. It's not just, not the skeleton crew we had on the last project. We have a full-on crew now, so we have to do scheduling. There's a lot of work that has to be done, so it's crazy. Denisha says, when you guys did the April Fool's joke on the Lethal Collective, thought you pulled a prank. Craven did a great job. It was funny. I hope you can prank of them, Ghostface. Please do it. I'm sorry, Denisha. I don't know what you mean by that last part, but yes, we did pull a very funny prank on the Lethal Collective channel the other night. We tried to make everyone think that we were all pissed at each other, but nah, we love each other. We all love each other. Eric just called me Fate. That's hilarious. Did you see the Grammy Awards 2022 last night? I'm not the biggest award show person. I got to check out, I got to see Dead Meat's Prime Rib Awards. I heard that was really cool. I have yet to watch that. So I'll check that out, but I'm not the biggest award show guy. Honestly, I could really care less when it comes to some of that stuff, especially with the Oscars, who they rarely recognize horror movies. They could give less of a shit. They call movies that I've absolutely never heard of like these masterpieces and award them with like the highest honor, apparently, when it's like, never heard of this movie until now. So I could really care less about some of these award shows, man. They're for the I feel like they're very snobbish. Very snobbish. Why did I say it like that? That's hilarious. Blucka says, you can ring my bell. Listen, take me out to dinner first, Blucka. That's what I say. Take me out to dinner, a nice dinner first. All right. So police accomplice. That's one heck of a way for Ghosty to deal with the suspicions. Yes, I agree. I think that would be a really interesting thing moving forward with Scream, to see Ghostface have that kind of to have those connections. What kind of potential does Ghostface have at this point if they have police connections, if they're working with that, like a corrupt police office? That would be really interesting, I think. So just saw the Dead Meat Awards last night. They were cool. That's awesome. I still have to, I'm behind. I've been doing business stuff all day. Big business stuff. That's real boring. So tough. It's real tough. Trent Willis says, frustration. How has Sid's father avoided more focused attention as the mastermind? He would logically be the most hurt, broken, and jaded of anyone in the series. Isn't he dead? Like, isn't he like confirmed dead at this point? To my knowledge, am I wrong about that? Am I thinking about that awesome Scream fan film that just came out? Maybe that's what's blurring my mind here. But he's kind of a red herring in the first Scream. Like, briefly, Stu kind of accuses him a little bit. There's that. And you know what I've learned is that the Ghostface killers are always the one who are the most accusatory. Like, Stu is accusing everybody but him and Billy in that movie, which you don't notice the first time around. And especially like Amber is doing the same thing in Scream 5. That's a really good example. So it's interesting. It's interesting how they always have that be a part of the Ghostface killers. What else do we want to talk about? He don't kill my joy, bro, says Aiden. Thank you so much. I try not to kill anyone's joy. I try to do the opposite of that. Why my name is KillJoy Jake? I don't even know at this point. I know movies take a long time, especially with casting, but why the hell is there no announcements yet? Damn. So, like I said, Huss, to my knowledge, as of right now, they're still casting for the roles. They might already have some people confirmed at this time to be a part of the project, but nothing is released, set in stone. They're probably going to wait until they have everyone confirmed. Until they have everything ready to go for the summer before they announce the cast list. We'll probably get something end of April, I would say. Extron Gaming, thank you. Yes, Neil Prescott died of a heart attack between Screams 3 and 4. Yeah. So I'm 90% sure he's dead. He wasn't, like I said, like red herring in the first Scream. There's that. And then if you guys saw that awesome Scream fan film that just came out, Scream Legacy, Neil Prescott is kind of in it, like sort of. And guy's kind of alive because they retconned Screams 4 and 5, but yeah. I think Stu is Amber's father. Please read this, Jake. I got you, Dracula. I got you, Kid Dracula. So, yeah. I mean, I could see that being the case with Amber now, was living in Stu's house. That could be a reason for Stu to come back in Scream 6, Scream 7. I'm not going to completely shut out the idea of Stu coming back because there's a lot of stuff in 5 where it's like, could Stu come back? There's a lot of stuff in 5 that suggests that, and it's like, man, there's a lot of focus on him. There's obviously a focus on Billy because Billy's in the movie, but there's a lot of stuff about Stu in that movie too. Maybe that's just callbacks to the original because that was kind of like a big point in 5 to have all those callbacks streaming back all the way to the original movie, but also could be that case as well, that they're slowly setting up a Stu Macher return. I don't know. I feel like if they bring Stu back, it's going to be all about Sidney again. I don't know. I just don't know how they could bring him back. Bananas Epic Gaming says Amber is 18. Ages don't add up. Well, like I said, if Stu's still alive, that could work. But I just don't know. I don't know about Stu being back. Jordan Talks Films. What's up? How's it going, Jordan? Welcome to the live stream. We're live chatting. We're chilling. We're chatting. We're going till 8:10. Thanks to Mr. Elliott for giving me a super chat. So we're like I said, all super chats will go towards time being here. I'm only gonna go for an hour and 10 minutes as of right now, but any super chats I greatly appreciate, and we'll keep the party rolling. Zoe Crawford, what's going on, Zoe? I wasn't a huge fan of Scream Legacy, but I respect the passion behind it. Lots of passion behind that film. But oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I felt like I was watching a Scream movie. That was what was really cool about it, I think. So I don't think they mentioned the dad dying in Scream, but it's mentioned the dudes that the Beijing what? Beijing the scenes, I think. I don't know either, Jordan. No, actually I think it was just I'm pretty sure it's mentioned in 4 that he had a heart attack in between Screams 3 and 4. I'm starting to remember that a little better. Like I said, my memory is kind of foggy because I've been thinking about in Scream Legacy, they actually Neil Prescott is technically in it, so it's messing with my headcanon a little bit. CNR Studio Beta, what's going on? The more we talk about the theory, the most likely it won't be true. That's not necessarily true. I mean, I talked a lot about some theories about Scream 5, for example, that actually did end up coming to be true. Like the whole thing about Richie getting stabbed in the trailer. I talked about, I'm like, that is very clearly Richie. Like if you zoom in, you can tell it's Richie. So, and that ended up being pretty important to the old plot. So you never know. The thing that's really fun about theories is that we're going to go down every single avenue we possibly can with all the Scream 6 marketing, but 90% of it's not going to be true. It's going to be that needle in the haystack that is true. And I think in a way that makes it more fun to watch the film because you really don't know what you're getting into now that we've gone down every single avenue. It's like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen next? So I think that's fun. I think it's fun to theorize about things because then it makes it even more interesting watching the film because you're like, oh, they went down this route. That's so cool. So I had a blast watching Scream 5 for the first time. I really came out of that theater just thinking that was so much fun. It wasn't the best Scream movie, but wow, that was just an absolute blast. And to see all those reveals was crazy. It was a really fun movie. So AJ, what's going on, man? Should Scream 6 be gorier than the previous films? Nothing beats Casey Becker and Steve Orth. You got a point, man. That opening kill is one of the best of the entire franchise, I will say. I really hope Scream 6 ends up being gorier. We got a very bloody, lots of blood in Scream 5, but really the only super gory kill was Dewey's death. So I would like to see some more people getting limbs chopped off and shit. I think that would be crazy for us to see that in Scream 6. Let's go nuttier with the kills. That's a thing that I feel like we can really improve upon moving forward. Jake, what is the worst theory each one of the collective has made in your opinion? Basically anything that comes out of Fate Decided's mouth is just pure hot garbage. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't think there's such thing as a bad theory, a good theory. I think if you have some kind of evidence to support your theory, go for it. Like, just absolutely go for it and pitch out into the world. Because you really, like, I did not expect Billy Loomis to be in Scream 5 as a Force ghost. I did not see that coming. So the fact that it happened, anything's possible for Scream 6. That's what's fun about these movies. That's what I think moving forward, we can theorize a lot more, even crazier things with that. Lei TheNerd, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. See you on the next stream. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Jaguar Rose just extended the old stream by another 10 minutes. Thank you. Hi. Hello. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Aw, yeah. Aiden says Scream 5 is a blast to watch. Might be my favorite sequel, but I love all the films. One will always be my favorite. I feel that way too, Aiden. Honestly, Scream 5 is probably my favorite sequel just for doing all the things that it did. I was really shocked by it, but not my favorite Scream movie. One will always be the best, I think. It's just it's a 10 out of 10 film. It's perfect. The cinematography is gorgeous. The kills are amazing. The killer is so scary. The reveals at the end are done very well. I will say, I don't think the Billy Loomis thing really got anybody. I don't really think so. I think Stu Macher probably blew some people away. It's like, wow, didn't see that coming. But Billy's kind of too obvious. And I think that's the point, but it didn't get me the first time I watched it. I will say that. CNR Studio says, off topic question, how is your movie? I talked about this a little earlier, but we are in pre-production right now. We have not started filming. We'll probably start filming this summer. But it is still nasty outside here in Ohio, unfortunately. So we have a lot of outside scenes. So we're kind of waiting until like end of May to start filming, but we have a lot of pre-production stuff to get through. By the way, if anyone here is signed up for the Lethal Collective thing, the butterfly knife tier, and they're going to be on the Lethal Collective, I'm sending out all the emails tomorrow talking about that. We're going to get some scheduling going. And we're going to figure out what times everyone's going to be on there. So we had 9 people ultimately sign up for that. So I'm thinking we're going to have 3 people be on one, like 3, and 3. Like there's going to be 3 live streams with 3 people. Adds up to 9. That's my thinking. And then everyone will be able to like talk with us, argue Fate about why Halloween Kills is a good movie. Maybe you want to argue me and say, hey, Jake, we need more hospital scenes in horror movies. You could have that argument 100%. So who knows? Who knows what'll happen? That could be the case. So if you want to argue me on that, you want to tell me that my opinion is crap. Those people who did that, yes. You will be able to do that soon. I'll be sending out the emails tomorrow, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. Extron says Ghostface hasn't had much creative deaths throughout the franchise other than the garage death in 1 and 4 with the cop. Yeah, the car cop's death. That one's really good. Scream 2. Yeah. Wait, car cop's death in Scream 2. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, and the house blowing up in 3, but I felt that one was meh. Extron, I will say this. So I 100% agree. I think something about 5 that was kind of a letdown to me was it was just all knife kills, except for the very ending. Like the coolest kills of the entire film, I think, were both of the killers' deaths. Those were both done very well. I will say the one thing that was really exceptional about the knife kill, though, is in a lot of ways they kind of reinvented it. I thought it was really cool when they did this like slow, like John Wick style kill for Wes's death, where it was like slowly puncturing through his neck. We've really never seen kills like that in the Scream franchise, and to see that on screen was awesome. Those slow, like hard to watch kills where you're like, oh man, that's tough to watch. So I really do enjoy that about the new film. But like I said, moving forward, I would like to see some more creative kills, not done with a knife. Like, obviously, you know, it's a Scream movie. Some kills are going to be done with a knife, but not all of them. Let's have some be creative. Bananas Epic Gaming says casting calls for your movie. So maybe I don't know if I want to say this or not yet, but we might have had somebody drop out, maybe, but we do have some other people that could fill the roles. Like the other thing that's really tough is like if you're not in the Northeast Ohio area where I live, it's gonna be kind of tough to get you in the movie because like we're on a very tight budget. Like I'm not gonna be able to afford to fly anybody out here or pay anybody. Like I said, all the actors who are involved are doing this voluntarily, which I greatly appreciate them for. They're just really excited to be a part of this project. Like I said, we really impressed some people with the script, so hopefully nobody else drops out. I'm mildly worried about that, but we can make it happen. We will absolutely make it happen. So Tim Vigil, what's going on, man? Says, what if Gale goes after Sam? Cut, essentially, she got Dewey killed. So you're saying like Gale is going after Sam because essentially she was the one to kill Dewey. Once again, I just feel like the legacy characters aren't going to break bad. Like, I really don't think that's going to be the case. I don't know if they're going to go Ghostface. I think they've been good for so long, it would be kind of just like a weird deviation of the character if it ended up going that way. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I'm seeing a lot of good rankings, by the way, of the Scream franchise. I'm seeing Corey says, I couldn't agree with you more. The first Scream is the best, even though I love them all. In case you're interested, my order is 1, 2, 5, 3, 4. Nice. Good stuff. I really think that you can order these movies any way you want. I think they're all good. I think they're all fun for totally different reasons. I also love that so many people love Scream 3. Like, initial watch for me, I was kind of disappointed. But the more I go back to that film, the more I like it, the more I realize there's a lot to love about that film. And the third act of Scream 3 is one of the best, I think, in any of the movies. So I will say I have a newfound respect for 3. I really do. DYLJE Malone. What's going on? I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I'm just going to butcher it. Maybe Ghostface pushes tool chest downstairs and it hits somebody or vice versa. Something outlandish and crazy. I would love something like that. I don't know if you saw the Wrong Turn remake from last year, but there is this scene in it where this like tree rolls down this mountain and just crushes this dude's skull. That was a really messed up kill. Something along those lines, but like indoors in a suburban house with like stairs. That would be sick. You know, we could make fun of how like there's always a bike, like in Scream 2, for example, where we're running up all these staircases with Cece's death, and we get to like the 3rd floor. There's just a bike up there. Why is that up there? Why would anyone put their bike on the 3rd floor? You'd have to walk that down 3 stairs. That makes no sense. And Cece throws that at Ghostface. We could have a whole joke about that in this next movie. I'm not saying they're actually going to do this because this is really silly, but wouldn't it be hilarious if there's like a motorcycle on the 3rd floor and Ghostface just like woo and just sends it at somebody? That would literally never happen, but it's kind of funny to talk about. Oh man. Emma Roberts was my least favorite Ghostface. Ooh. Oh, Corey. Hot take right there, man. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's much worse Ghostface killers. You know, there's ones that didn't have enough screen time. Mickey, for example, just not enough screen time from him. Not enough time to make me fall in love with him. Even if the concept for his character is like one of the best of any of the Ghostface characters. Killer characters. What am I saying? Didn't you watch the series for the first time a couple years ago or no? I did watch the series very recently, like last summer, I believe is when I watched it. I got through all of it in like a week and a half or so. I like it. It's fine. But man, I'll tell you what, that really justifies the argument of Scream is really good because of the characters. Because they're fine. The characters are fine in the series, but they're just nowhere near as good as any of the movies. I would put all the seasons of the television show below any of the movies, personally. It's fine, you know, like it's not bad, but the movies are just superior to all the seasons, I think. Darth, what's going on, Darth? What's up, Jake? I've always liked Scream 3. It's a good one. Heck yeah, man. I really enjoy it now. I think the first time I watched it, the biggest disappointments for me was I didn't really like the fact that it's borderline supernatural with some of the things that happen without it's as close as you can get to a supernatural movie without it being supernatural. And that's what I didn't really like about it. I feel like it's a little too goofy, a little too silly. It's like PG-13 Scream. That really put me off the first time. But now I've watched it a few more times. I've really come to like it. I also talked with Ryan C. Showers, who runs an excellent podcast if you've never listened to it. And his love for it also really convinced me to come over to the dark side, to the dark side of the Scream fandom. No, I'm totally kidding. Scream 3 is a fun movie. I really do enjoy it now. So it's Tim Vigil also ranked it, says it's crazy how many actors started in Scream and where they are now. My tier list would be 1, 4, 3, 5, 2. Ooh, I've not seen that list too commonly. So that's an out there list. I like it. Some good stuff. Lisa, what's going on, Lisa? How's it going? Scream 2022 had boyfriend killer and boyfriend victims, like the original. Could the victims be mothers in Scream 23 as a way of referring to Scream 2? Sydney, Martha, and Christina could be targets. Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I really want them to deviate from Scream 2, though, because if they make the killer like Sydney's, I don't even know, like, or Billy's like long lost cousin from some other area of the world, I'm just gonna be like, dude, no, we don't need that. We really don't need some kind of crazy connection to the past anymore like that. It's another criticism of Scream 2022 I had. I hope that we like I've said before so many times, tell a new story. Let's write a whole new pathway of stories and characters. Let's carve that out, man. I say we've had so many connections to the past. We're gonna run out of Loomises to be killers. we already have. I think by the time we got to 2, that was already too many Loomises that are killers, I say. So let's tell new stories. Let's have new people don the Ghostface mask for whatever reason. And let's not have it connect to Sydney this time around. We've seen that happen 4 times in this franchise. I want to see something different. I want to see something different, personally. So Jamie Lee Curtis just teased Michael's death in Halloween Ends. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit on the Lethal Collective stream. I really think this is going to be it for Michael. I really think so. So I know I'm getting a little off topic. Here, but I really don't. I really think that's just it's Halloween Ends, man. Halloween Ends. How do you end the Halloween killing spree from Michael Myers? You kill the guy. That's how you do it. That's what I say. Tim Vigil, thank you for the super chat, man. We are now going until 8:23, just so everyone knows. Thank you so much. Your videos are awesome. Keep it up. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Your super chats are awesome. I appreciate it. Uh-oh, we got a stinky poo-poo in the chat here. Hey, you're the movie star and on that Lethal Collective. People should subscribe too. You're almost at 500 there. It says Fate Decided, someone who is part of the Lethal Collective stream. I smell some suspicions here. No, but seriously, subscribe to the Lethal Collective page if you have not. And while I'm here, I'm going to do a big video on this week because I don't think Sean is going to be free anytime this week. But I am in a movie that just came out called Casadastrophobia. It's over on my friend's YouTube channel, Zomleader Studios. If you're looking for it, it's in my little community tab section there. And I have a small role in it. That's I'm not going to give away what happens to my character, but oh boy, is it fun. You're going to want to stick around and check that out. So check out that movie if you guys have not seen it. It was so much fun to film. I just posted all the pictures from it because I was like, I've been waiting since like early November to post pictures from that. And I finally the movie came out and I was finally able to post and talk about it. So we had a really good time filming that. Eventually I'll have to tell the story. In my video, I'm going to tell the story of driving home looking the way I did. It's good. It was a good story. What's going on, Jeffrey Byers? Hey, KillJoy Jake. What's going on, Jeffrey Byers? How's it hanging? Welcome to the live chat where we talk about Scream and sometimes alien movies and also sometimes Halloween Ends. I can see someone going after Sam while Tara and the twins are in college, says Bananas Epic Gaming. Yeah, I think it's going to be really important to show Sam and Tara's relationship building and developing. There was that line at the end of the film where they talk about how Sam and Tara are going to be like together no matter what now moving forward. So I think wherever Tara is, Sam is going to follow. And it's not going to be the other way around. I think Tara's going to go off in her life and Sam is going to be along the way, like super overprotective. We're going to see that happen in this film now, since Sam wasn't there when Tara got attacked. I think we're going to see a very overprotective Sam this time around, really making sure Tara is okay. I also think that can lead into what happens moving forward with their characters. I really think someone's going to get killed that doesn't deserve to get killed by Sam in some sort of way. Maybe she's gaslit into thinking some character is the killer, but they're not. And then the real killers come out and they're like, damn, you fucked up. How messed up would that be? I mean, gaslighting someone into killing someone else, that's just messed up. And you could take advantage of the fact that Sam is Billy Loomis's daughter, and it's already been established that she has this bloodlust. I think that would just be so cool. That would just be so messed up. I'm cracking open a cold one. Just kidding. It's just a Mountain Dew. If you guys have ever had the apple flavored Mountain Dew, they're kind of whack. I don't love them, but they're not bad. Not a sponsor, by the way. Richie's a good looking man. I like me some Jack Quaid in any of my movies, TV shows. KillJoy Jake, do you like the KillJoy films? You just wait 1 second there. Just humor me for 1 second, viewers. Hang on 1 second. All right, this is how much I like the KillJoy movies, all right? I bought a whole box set. And wow, are they trash. Like, listen, I hate calling movies trash, but these are rough. I will say the guy that plays KillJoy the Clown, though, like, gives a phenomenal performance. But yeah, I have the DVD box set, so there you go. Do I like the KillJoy movies? Of course I do. They're my favorite movies. I watch them every night. All right. Listen, I'm seeing the horny in the old live chat right now, so I can't be responded to no comments like that. That's so funny that I even have to say that. Tabbitha says, "Do you know what flavor Mountain Dew that is?" It's called Thrashed Apple. I believe you can only get it at Kroger's. Once again, not a sponsor. That's where I got it, at least. It's not bad. Like it's like, you got to try it if you like Mountain Dew flavors. I mess with it a little bit. Jake's trying to eat a little healthier recently, but it's not easy to do. Not easy to do. So that's what I say. Do you think we will ever see John Cena? Well, I have no idea what he looks like. He's always been invisible, so I don't think we ever will. Alejandro, what's going on? Alejandro Gonzalez says, imagine this. All right, I'm imagining. Next, Ghostface finally succeeds in framing one of the main victims, Tara, and Sam gets arrested as her accomplice. And they're in Scream 7. She breaks out and finds out who the killer really is. Oh, man, I'm dying for something like that in a Scream film. I'm dying for something that just completely deviates, like right at the end. That's so different. I just think that would be so cool. I just think that would be sweet to have something completely different from the usual formula where it's set up the same way too. You think it's going one direction, but it goes a completely different 180 at the last second. That would be sick. That would be sick. I'd be all about that. Baja Blast will always be my favorite Mountain Dew flavor. That's Aiden. Yeah, that is a correct opinion. I wish they still sold that in stores. Baja Blast. I wish they sold that still. I used to make this thing called a Ninja Turtle where it's like you put like 70% Baja Blast and you just splash a little bit of regular Mountain Dew in there and like give it the old 30% of that. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. But keeping it on track with the old Scream discussion. Can we see your Ghostface mask up close? Says Gavin. You can see the crappy one in the back, but that's not going to be the Devil Ghostface mask we use in the movie. So I've just so I bought this at like Spirit Halloween to kind of tease that we were working on something along those lines. I've had it in my videos for like the past 5 months or so. So just a little cheeky Easter egg on the old set. I like to keep a lot of Easter eggs on this set for you guys to wonder what I'm working on moving forward. There's some horny people in the old chat tonight. I'm seeing a lot of things I can't respond to here. Oh man. All right, but anyway. All right, Scream 6 discussion though that we should talk about. That doesn't relate to who is the hottest person in Scream movies because I can't talk about that on a live stream. I shouldn't be talking about that on a live stream. Who do we think who do we want to be in the next Scream film? Because I'll tell you what, we were just talking about Samara Weaving. I would love to see her be in the next film. But my thing about this is I feel like if she gets casted, the moment that news comes out, I'm telling you right now, she's the killer. Like she is definitely going to be the killer, I think for sure. But what do we think about that? Do we think if Samara Weaving gets cast, do you feel like there's people who, if they get casted in this movie, any actor or actress out there, any young actor, actress, do you think they could confirmed be a Ghostface killer because of other roles they've had in the past? Like, for example, like Mikey Madison, who played Amber. She played crazy already in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And she even dies a very similar death in that movie. Do you think that was enough to be like, oh yeah, she's definitely going to be the killer in this movie? Because I definitely had my suspicions about Amber, but I thought maybe she would be a red herring going into the film. I remember on the Lethal Collective stream, I was like, oh, it's going to be Wes and Liv. We have not talked about these characters at all. I think for sure that's got to be it. So how do we feel about that? Samara Weaving definitely, says Aiden. Yeah, I would love to see her in there, so. We need a Scream VR game next year. Yeah, that would be sick. So just in case you guys don't know this, my friend is developing a Red Right Hand game. Like, it's a tabletop game, and it's basically like Scream Dungeons and Dragons. If you guys play D&D, it's very fun. We've already kind of done some test streams of it. So yeah. Anthony Starr, whatever his name is. Yeah, he would be great in a Scream film, I think. Get some more cast of The Boys coming in there. I don't think Carl Urban would work in a Scream movie, but maybe. I don't know. You never know. Armando, what's going on, Armando? What are we talking about? We're talking about just Scream, life, Mountain Dew, good times. All of that. JJ has a pretty interesting theory here. Sam is the mastermind who guides Richie and Amber to kill. She has been stalking Sydney to get revenge for Sydney killing her father. So then why did Sam like murder the hell out of Richie then? That's my one question about that. How does that work out? Maybe Richie last minute was like, fuck you, Sam. I mean, Richie does stab Sam, so that's justification for that. There you go. Hayden as Kirby could be Sam's psychiatrist. Weaving as the opening kill. A lot of people are saying this. A lot of people want to see Samara Weaving be the opening kill. I just feel like that would be a waste of such a good actress to be the opening kill. But then again, I guess you could make that same argument with just about all of the other all the other Scream movies. A lot of great actors and actresses die in those opening scenes. So, because I feel like if that news gets announced, right? If Samara Weaving gets confirmed to be in this movie, whatever role she has, a lot of us are initially going to think, oh, she's going to be the killer. Of course, she's worked with Radio Silence in the past. She kind of played a killer in Ready or Not, another amazing Radio Silence movie, if you guys have not seen that. So I could see us leaning towards that direction, but then to make her the opening kill would kind of be a shock. So I'm not against that, but I would like to see her play like a fleshed out character. Oh, got hiccups for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I just what I'm imagining is Samara Weaving giving her like third act speech about why she's the killer. I just feel like it would be done so well. Like I would be on the edge of my seat, like just throwing popcorn into my face watching that. Oh, that'd be sick. Adam says off topic, but what's the horror movie in 2022 everyone is not amped for or the least anticipated? Oh, that's tough because a lot of the ones that I'm covering, I'm really excited for, but I'm trying to think of ones like there's a lot of movies I'm not covering just because I'm not as interested in these ones. I'm making a lot of room for the ones that I am pumped. I'm not like super pumped for Chucky season 2. I'm going to be honest. That's why I haven't been doing updates on it. I'm going to watch it, but I'm probably not going to cover it. I feel weird covering stuff that I'm not like super into. And that season really lost me with a lot of the writing. So I'd feel weird covering it, being not as excited as I am for it with other stuff. Ready or Not is still my favorite Radio Silence film, says Aiden. I would agree, Aiden. I think it's probably my number one. Scream being a close second, though. Ready or Not is just done so well. I really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see her in Halloween Ends. I don't know who you're talking about, Desiree. If you're talking about JLC, Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm very excited. Jeepers Creepers 4? Oh, okay. Okay, I can see not being excited for that film. Yeah, I'm going into it with some whack expectations, especially with all those pictures that got released of it. Man, I mean, like, The pictures that got released for Jeepers Creepers were like all this cult stuff. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna be like Halloween 5, but Jeepers Creepers. I'm really worried about that. Really, really worried about that. I don't know. Will Smith should be the next Ghostface. I see where you're coming from there with Alejandro. That's funny. Apollo Balboa, 1985. What's going on? Jake, will you feel duped if Halloween Ends isn't the end of the storyline? Yes. Like, actually, yes. Look, don't call your film the final chapter, the end of the series, if it's not really the end. Come on. Friday the 13th already did that and kind of took a massive poop all over us. At least chapter 4, though, part 4 of the Friday franchise was a really good movie, though. And honestly, maybe my favorite entry. I like the characters the most. That's a big thing about the Friday movies. The characters almost always suck. And the fact that in 4, the characters are pretty dang good and pretty interesting characters. Like, they actually have funny lines. They have memorable moments, which I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, they're at the end of the day, they're just like horny teenagers, but like, at least they're interesting horny teenagers. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking for. The characters in 2 are actually really, really good too, I think. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers has me worried. But I hope it's good. I'm rooting for this film. Rooting for it. The Movie Life says, hello, Jake. I would like to be in your movie. I am also from Ohio, and I am from Northeast Ohio. Well, like I said, we did the casting like months ago, so I don't know if we can get anybody else in there. I also had a tier option on the Kickstarter if you wanted to be in the movie. So, but unfortunately that's over. But listen, there's always going to be a next time. We already have plans to do an original movie after this if Red Right Hand is successful. I really hope it is. I hope a lot of people like it and watch it and are like, hey, these guys should do an original film. That's the goal. So hopefully. People want more Friday the 13th, but I honestly don't see what else they can do with it. I say this, Alejandro, I really enjoy the first 8 movies like a lot. I really like the remake. I really like Freddy vs. Jason. I actually really like Jason X too, but the first 8 movies are all very fun, but they're all very similar. And I think a big attraction to those films for me is the kills are always good. They're always consistent. You always have like decent characters at least. I think you can do a Friday film with really good characters. That's a place you can improve upon. If you have well-written characters and you have some awesome kills, you have a badass Jason, you have a successful film that I will definitely watch. Camp counselors getting murdered by Jason. I want simplicity with a new Friday film, honestly. I know, sounds crazy. I'm the guy who's always preaching, do something different with your sequels, but if it works, it works. That's what I say. Savvy Film Geek, what's going on? You're all good. You can join whenever. I appreciate you for stopping by, man. How's it going? I'm fantastic. I've been eating pizza and I got a Mountain Dew here with me. I'm going nuts. We're going until 8:23 right now because of the old super chats. Like I said, every single dollar posted in super chats, I will go a minute longer. So we're up to 8 o'clock, 8:23. I will be leaving the stream unless we get some more super chats. So Jason X is so good, just off only entertainment value. Objectively, it's technically bad. Yeah, Jordan, I agree. I will say though, for a space movie like that, like, you know, I think horror sequels that go to space have a reputation at this point. But if I had to rank all of them, Jason X would be the top of the list for sure. Like, that's easily number 1 in my opinion, I think, for weird horror sequels that for some reason go to space. And honestly, the worst one might be the 4th Hellraiser film. That's tough. that's a really tough movie to get through. So Armando says you should make a cameo in Scream 6 like Dead Meat did. If Radio Silence calls and they're like, we need you to say just one word, I would crap my pants. That would be the greatest moment of my entire life. Radio Silence. If you're listening to this, please, I will do anything. I'll get naked. I don't care. Like, just put me in the movie. That'd be awesome. Where can I find that Esther scene you were talking about earlier? Aiden, listen, man, I make a point on this page not to promote content that the filmmakers don't want to see. And to my knowledge, they don't want people to see that. So I'm not going to say, and I would urge you not to look that up, is what I would say. I feel uncomfortable even talking about it on my live stream. I listen, I'm not, the point of this page is not to spoil, to not to leak things. It's to report on news that has happened, give my opinion, and we can all talk about it. I feel kind of disrespectful to certain filmmakers if I was to make a video on something like that. So that's just my opinion. I would say don't actively look for that. Just wait for the movie to come out and check it out then. So Apollo says, Halloween 5 establishes a psychic connection between Myers and Jamie. Does this mean he knew she attacked her foster mom? And would this have affected how he viewed Jamie? Listen, man, Halloween 5 establishes a lot of things that don't make a whole lot of sense. So I don't know. I think moving forward with the franchise, you kind of got to leave that stuff in the past, is what I say. I say let's try to make Michael Myers not supernatural for this new timeline. Stranger Boy 101. What's up, Stranger Boy? Says Scream Blu-ray is tomorrow. Heck yeah, it is. I got the Steelbook coming in the mail. That was a must-have for me. Definitely got to have that. Put that one on the shelf. I'm very excited for it. Very excited to rewatch that one. I watched it on what is it, on Paramount Plus or whatever. It's not the same. It's just not the same as having like a physical copy of it, opening that thing up, having that new movie sense like that. Oh, just it hits different, man. And then you put that in the player and then watching it. I don't know, just something about it. Love it. Good stuff. What is the most controversial thing Scream has talked about and mentioned in their movies? I mean, there's there's commentary in Scream 2 talking about how, unfortunately, like a lot of black characters get murdered at the opening of horror movies. It's unfortunately a trope. They kind of comment on that a little bit in Scream 2. I feel like that's a little controversial. What about in Scream 3? I mean, they kind of make fun of themselves a little bit, and they talk about how they talk about like all the rewrites. They make fun of themselves a little bit. I don't really know if that's controversial or not, but interesting to discuss. Halloween 5 is my 7th favorite, moved down 2, but still love it. That's good, Adam. You know, I like when anyone enjoys any movie, even if it's critically panned. So that's fantastic. Imagine a Ghostface attack on an airplane, says Alejandro. Man, that would be sick. You ever see Red Eye? You ever see the movie Red Eye? It's another Wes Craven flick. That gives me that kind of energy. I feel like that would have to be a reference to that. Something I would like to see these Radio Silence guys do is, what if they reference other Wes Craven flicks? I mean, the Nightmare on Elm Street references. Obviously, there was that. Elm Street is in the new one, so that's pretty cool. But I really think that they could do, like, now David Gordon Green, for example, is referencing a bunch of John Carpenter flicks in this new Halloween movie. What if they take the same approach with either Scream 6 or potentially Scream 7 if that happens? I think that'd be really cool to see those callbacks, because they've already done so many callbacks to the other Scream movies at this point. It's going to be tough to reference more things, I think. So I wouldn't mind them referencing some old school Wes Craven flicks, because there's a lot of really good ones. Why does Best Buy have the Scream Steelbook as coming soon? How do I order one? So I had to pre-order mine like a month and maybe 2 months ago, I want to say. I don't know. I don't know if they don't have that, because like my thinking is they probably won't have it like in store. Like I remember when Halloween Kills came out, I opted for just the regular 4K opposed to the Steelbook. I'm weirdly picky about things like that. I didn't like the Steelbook as much as I just liked the regular 4K. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird for having that opinion, but I think that what was really cool though is I had to, well, actually what wasn't really cool was I had to get my buddy who works at Best Buy to put a movie aside, and literally there was no other copies of Halloween Kills there. Like they were sold out. Like you might get lucky and find a Scream 5 Steelbook there, but I would try to order it online now if you can. That's my feedback as someone who has dealt with this in the past and almost missed out on something. So if I didn't have a buddy who worked at Best Buy, like I'd be screwed. I really would. Craven, something scary is in the house. Feels like I was just talking with you, man. I know, it's crazy. Like it's almost like we were just having a conversation on a live stream. It's nuts. Craven is busting my chops recently about getting StreamYard so that I can start streaming with everybody on here and not just talking into the void. I do really enjoy talking with everybody though. I really do. It's nice not having Fate Decided in my ear just 24/7. I'm kidding. I love Fate. Fate's amazing. Yeah, no, I definitely got to have. I've never done a live stream on this page with other people. I've been so graciously invited onto other people's channels. It's time I return the favor. So. Hello from Cincinnati. Always love tuning in. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. I was almost in Cincinnati the other day. I was gonna go down to Horror Hound, but I'm broke, and gas is a lot of money right now. So, yes. Armando, thanks for stopping by. It's all good if you have to head out. I appreciate you for stopping by and saying hey, stopping by the stream and chilling. We got another 20 minutes unless someone wants to super chat and keep it going. But yes, as of right now, we have 20 more minutes. So, thank you, Armando. I hope you have a good day as well. If you're spamming the chat with something that I'm not responding to, please don't do that. I'm just going to say that now. Aiden, I'm also not going to read your thing because I can't say that on a live stream. So, if I ever met Wes Craven, I would have told him thanks for everything. I would lose my mind if I met Wes Craven. I would absolutely lose my mind. I wish I could have met him. Yeah. It's a regret of mine that I didn't start. I still have never been to a horror con, which is so unfortunate. I really need to go out there and meet some of these people. Like, some of them are getting up there, man. It's like, it would be a shame if I didn't get to meet some of these people. So my buddies just met like Nev Campbell, Matthew Lillard, all of them. And it's just like, it's so sad. It's like, I want to meet these people so bad. They didn't even tell me they were going. They didn't even they sent me a picture of them with Nev Campbell. I'm like, what? Oh my God. So I was like, oh man. Desiree, thank you so much for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Just because, and sending you all the best. What kind of pizza? Yum. I'm eating some pepperoni, and this might be gross, but pepperoni and onion pizza. I like it. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I like the taste of onions. Some people think it tastes like feet. I think I like it. I like me some onions. I think it's good. I don't know. Throw a little onions on my pizza every now and then. But yeah, sending you all the best. Thank you so much, Desiree. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. We are now going for... I'm not a mathematician. I'm going to have to do this math. Whatever 23... I really can't do that in my head. 48. It's 48. So 8:48. That's how long we going for now. Going for a whole nother hour almost, pretty much. 40 more minutes. Boom. Let's go. Imagine Michael Myers decides to be a good person at the end of Halloween Ends. Yeah, he decided to take up baking, and he's gonna open up a bake shop in Haddonfield. The entire town also forgives him at the end of Halloween Ends. That would be great. I would love for that to happen. That's so funny. Ogres are like onions, the corduroy boy. Onions have flavor. Onions are dope AF. Yes. Onions are banging. Yeah, just a reminder, Fate Decided just is the Lethal Collective. I mean, like, I don't even know what I do over there. It's really just him and his opinions. He's just phenomenal. Listen, I'm going out to Vegas sometime, and I'm giving Tyler a smooch. It's gonna happen. And it's gonna be in a video. I promise. Fate, I hope you consent to that. Tim asks a great question that I would love to comment on. He says, with the shooting in Canada, any chance we get a snowy Scream? Listen, I would love a snowy Scream film. Oh my God, that would be sick. Ghostface running around with snow? Holy crap, yes, like that would be sweet. But they're filming in the summertime, so I don't think it's going to be a snowy Scream. I would love to see that though. Oh my God, like how satisfying would that be to have someone killed and then see like a bunch of red snow everywhere? Nothing better than that. I love snowy. I have a soft spot for snowy slasher flicks. Like Wrong Turn 4 is objectively a bad movie, but like it's just visually stunning to me. I love kills in the snow. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite Wrong Turn films just because of that. Like hate to say it, but it is. Jalapenos are awesome, especially on pizza. Every time I go to Subway, I have to get jalapenos on my sandwich. That's like a must. Chocolate chip and mayo pizza, says Devontae. Tasty. I like me some of that. Where did you get the pizza from, says Smells Like Teen Horror. So I got this like local place around here that I bet no one, like I talk about a lot of local pizza places on here that like I bet no one lives around here, so no one knows what I'm talking about. We go all the way out to like Akron to get this pizza called DeCecco's that's really good, and we also go all the way out to, I have no idea where this place is actually. It's called Barley Jack's Pizza, also pretty good. That's what I'm eating tonight. So I like eating a lot of local places instead of going to like the big chains. I just like to, support all that. Nate Lecture, Nate, what's going on, Nate? To answer your question about the Blu-ray collection video, I currently have a double, like I have like a part 1 to part 2 that ultimately adds up to an hour where I go through all my movies and everything on my set over on my Patreon. You can see that video for literally just supporting me at the Ghostface tier, $3 a month. I also have channel memberships coming soon, so if you guys don't want to go all the way over to Patreon and do all that, you'll be able to get the exact same things pretty much for the most part over on the channel memberships. There's going to be some different things that unfortunately I can't do exactly the same on both Patreon and channel memberships, but for the most part it will be exactly the same. So yeah. Oh, you live in New Jersey, nothing but great pizza. Hell yeah, man. Good stuff. I love I've had New York pizza once. I've never been to New York City, but believe it or not, I had a buddy drive all the way to New York, get a pizza, and come back one time, like in a matter of a couple of days. It was cold, but it was good. I was like, New York pizza, sick. So, what's up, Victornilius? Victornilia. Hello. Hello. Is Ghostface more realistic than Leatherface? Ooh, that's actually, Extron Gaming has a really good question here. That's tough. Is Ghostface more realistic than Leatherface? I think that's incredibly arguable, I would say, because in a lot of ways, what Ghostface today I feel like is a harder argument than a Ghostface in 1996 or a Ghostface even earlier than that. But to their respective timelines, I feel like both are. I'm going to say Leatherface is a little more realistic. Maybe that's tough, but I feel like cannibalism and getting away with murder back in the 70s is a lot better than that. Steven, if you're still here, yes, I will. I'm going to call you after the stream if you're still here, my guy. I will, yeah. Actually, no, Steven, what I wanted to talk to you about was the thing we talked about after the stream. Never mind. I'll talk to him about that later. Chicago deep dish hits real good sometimes, says Tabbitha. I love how we're talking about pizza right now. This is great. I love pizza. Pizza's so great. Jacob Browning says, opinions on the crossover with Sinister and Insidious that was rumored to happen. Yeah, they actually had a whole ass plan to make that movie. They were going to do that. I'm pretty sure with Insidious, not Insidious, I mean Sinister 2, kind of like failing at the box office a little bit. I'm pretty sure that's why that didn't happen, which is a shame. For the most part, I really like Insidious. I keep saying that. Sinister 2, for the most part, I really like it. I think there's a lot of pitfalls in that movie that make it kind of meh, which sucks. But the traps and all that are really good. So, not the traps, but like the videotapes where we see all the other families getting murdered. I would love to see another Sinister flick, though. A Sinister 3, I think, is very necessary. I love the first one, like a lot. It's one of my favorite haunted house kind of movies. Very good. I got to get a moderator for my streams. Yeah, I'm going to say it one more time. If you're spamming the chat with something that I'm not responding to, there's a reason I'm not responding to it. So please stop spamming the chat. I got to get a moderator. Jordan says, I used to work at Domino's. I used to work at a little place called Antonio's around here. That's local. I used to deliver pizzas. It was fun. Leatherface can rub my neck, says Devontae. That's gross. We need another Mickey, says Clemente. I agree. I would love, listen, however you feel about Mickey, I feel like his character was underutilized. Conceptually, one of the coolest Ghostface killers ever, in my opinion. But I just feel like he's so underutilized. The entire second act of Scream 2 is literally just trying to convince you that Cotton Weary is the killer when he's so obviously not. That's my one. There's two things about Scream 2 I don't like, and it's that they try to put this heavy focus on that when instead they should have been trying to have Mickey be out in the limelight a little more. Have him working his magic. Dude, stop spamming the chat, man. Seriously, I'm gonna block you if you keep doing it. MB, if you keep spamming the chat, I'm gonna block you, dude. Sorry, but please stop. Yeah, so where I was okay, you're getting blocked. Did it again. I'm gonna figure out how to do that, but then you're going in timeout. There you go, you're in timeout. Okay, but yeah, so Mickey is super underutilized, I feel like, in Scream 2. I would like to see so much more of him, and he's so underutilized to me. I don't know. I would like to see more of him. I would like to see that character, maybe if you want to spin that in a different direction, maybe not the exact same thing as what Mickey is, but if they wanted to do that in a different movie moving forward, that would be sick. I would be all about it. So Mickey is like Stu and Billy mixed together. Yeah, he has his silly moments, he has his serious moments. Timothy Olyphant gives a great performance as Mickey as well, but like the little screen time kills it for me. You think it was obvious that he was a killer? Really, Xtron? To me, I did not think he was going to be the killer at all in Scream 2. That got me, honestly. Oh, okay. I want to talk about Urban Legend real quick. So Nate puts this out there. Thoughts on Nightmare and Urban Legend remakes upcoming. So as of right now, I don't believe there are plans for either of those things to be happening. I would love for that though, because wow, dude, I just watched Urban Legend for the first time the other day. That movie fucks. Holy crap, that is such a good movie. Why have I never seen that? That is easily the best like Scream copycat film out there. Easily. I think bar none, that's the best one. The mystery totally got me. I did not see that coming with who the killer or killers is in Urban Legend. I don't know. I really enjoyed that movie. That was a lot of fun. I can't wait to watch the sequels. I have not seen any of the sequels. I hear they're not as good. Kind of similar to I Know What You Did Last Summer, those sequels, but I'm regardless, I really enjoyed Urban Legend. If you guys have not seen that, you're looking for more Scream-like movies, that's the one. Okay, Jordan, but like the entire second act though is like literally just Cotton Weary being even creepier and even weirder, which amounts to nothing. Like that's my problem with the ending of Scream 2 is that like it's like, why is Cotton so fucking weird? Like why is he acting so weird towards Sidney Prescott? Like I guess it kind of amounts towards like he really wanted to have this interview with her and all that, but like I don't think Cotton Weary would go about that. Like after everything, after all their history together, I don't think he would be that creepy towards Sidney in Scream 2. I really don't think so. That's so bizarre to me how they approach that. If Scream 2023 is a hit, perhaps Mike Flanagan's I Know will be made. Listen, you're speaking my language right there, JJ. If Mike Flanagan does that, that would be sick, dude. Holy shit. Zoe Crawford, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. We're going now till 8:50. 8:50. Let's go. Nate says they are both confirmed in the works. Listen, Nate. If that was confirmed, I feel like that would be a massive news story if a Nightmare on Elm Street one was happening. Is an Urban Legend one happening though? Because that I do not know about. So there's 2 Urban Legend sequels. I'm learning all this for the first time. Oh yeah, so I guess okay, there was some stuff. Yeah, I'm seeing some. Oh nope. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything actually. Never mind. Completely. Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything that would confirm that Urban Legend is getting a remake, but man, I would love to see that. I think that would be sweet. Same with I Know What You Did Last Summer. I feel like both those movies you can do better with a modern take for sure. So Valentine's another good one. Kyle Israel's talking about that. Yeah. Both have Judy. Yeah, Judy's in the Marley Shelton is in that one. If you guys have not seen Valentine, another good movie with a really good twist. That's definitely up there for me. If I had to rank all like the similar to Scream movies that came out in that wake from like the late 90s, early thousands, I would probably put like Urban Legend at the top, then Valentine. Those would probably be 1 and 2 for me. I'm probably going to St. John, Newfoundland, and for Canada for 5 days in January, February. Nice. That's awesome, man. I'm probably going to go to Montreal sometime early next year. I don't know when, but I don't know. Hopefully sometime soon. I want to do a locations video for Scream 6, so got to get my passport and all that. Devontae points out that I Know What You Did Last Summer has a TV series. Yeah, it's something. I couldn't get through 1 episode, unfortunately. I was not a fan, which is a shame because I think it's a good concept for a show, TV series, another movie, but nah, it's trying so hard to be Euphoria. It does not care about the horror element at all. That's my quick review. It's a shame. Zoe was trying to get me to another hour. I appreciate it regardless, man. Where was Sydney when everything happened to Maureen Prescott? Was she in the house? Great question, Alejandro. Maybe we could see that actualized in flashbacks or a new series that takes place all the way back then. That would be sick. I would be so down for that. Isn't there going to be an Urban Legends series? I'm sure I heard that. So I have heard nothing about this. I've heard no continuations of Urban Legends to my knowledge. But maybe. I just looked it up, and the only articles I was finding was like, We Got This Covered stuff, which, if you guys don't know about them, they're like total fake news. So, but I am not seeing any legit horror, like any news networks that are legit talking about this. But from a month ago, Screen Rant did run an article about 10 horror movie remakes fans would love to watch. And one of them is Urban Legend. So I'm seeing that come up, but no confirmation on any series or movies for that. I would love for that to happen, though. I might do a video talking about that because Urban Legend is ridiculously underrated. I can't believe I never watched that until very recently. What's your favorite horror movie prior to 1989? Ooh, prior to that. Like before 1989. Man, that's tough. I fucking love The Exorcist. I love Zombie, the shirt that I'm wearing right now. This is my favorite zombie movie from 1979. If you guys have never seen this, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Good stuff. Craven says, I pushed through the TV series of I Know What You Did Last Summer, but it was tough. Yeah. And I hate trash talking anything. I hate trash talking anything made by someone where they poured their heart and soul into stuff, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, which is a shame. If I had to say what my actual favorite horror movie was, though, from prior to 1989, I probably Zombie's the one I watched the most. Really like that movie. Aliens up there. Jaws. I watch Jaws a lot. Like Jaws and Zombie are probably the two that I watch the most that are like older films. So. Have I watched the Phantasm movies? Yes. I've not seen all of them, but I've seen 1 through 4, and I love all of them. I think they're all great for totally crazy reasons. 2 might be my favorite. Like, I like all of them, but 2 is maybe my absolute favorite. I really like 2. So, I really like the Phantasm movies. Extron Gaming says, Killjoy Jake, do you trust the news? If it's from a reliable source, yeah. I did a lot of, back when I first started this page, I was crazy about trying to find sources that were reliable, trying to figure out which ones were good, which ones were bad. And I did a lot of research on that. It took me a long time to really crack that code, but yeah. You got to be careful with what you report on, because like I said, like We Got This Covered puts out fake news all the time. And then when it comes true, like they'll put out an article about literally anything, claim it's true. And then when it does end up being true, they say they knew that all along and they had inside sources. It's all a bunch of bullshit. So if you see anything from We Got This Covered, don't believe it. Always cite your sources, people. Always look for that. And if I ever make a video and you're like, Jake, I'm not seeing this news anywhere, what are you talking about? I will gladly give you my sources. So. Have I ever seen Cry Wolf? That one really surprised me. Also, Sorority Row remake. That one's really good. Are 2 other standouts for me from the 2000s to 2009. Yeah, Sorority Row. Yeah, very. Yeah, that remake's really good. I was just gonna say that's probably one of the better what's his name? Josh Stolberg? Yeah, Josh Stolberg written movies. I really enjoyed Sorority Row. Cry Wolf is fun. John Bon Jovi is in that movie. And guess how he dies? He gets shot through the heart. You know the rest of it. You know the rest of it. Do you prefer the Chucky series or the Child's Play remake? Like, sorry, but definitely the Child's Play remake. Even though I don't love the backstory of how that movie got created, I 100% like the remake better than the series. I like some of the characters are written really well. Like, I think the romance is written really good between our two main characters in the Chucky series. The kills are very well done. Brad Dourif as Chucky is phenomenal as always. But the overall plot is just so cheesy and ridiculous and does not make any sense to me. Like, there was moments where I had to like pause it, rewind it to try and figure out what the fuck just happened because I didn't believe that was the case. That series is just not written well in my opinion. I don't know. I just wasn't I wasn't a fan of that. Any updates on the Evil Dead Rise? I will be doing a video on that tomorrow. So you will have a bunch of stuff on there. I cannot believe one of my favorite horror franchises has a new movie coming out this year, and I have done nothing on it at all. I have not covered anything about Evil Dead Rise, which is crazy to me. So I'm doing a big video on it tomorrow because I am so freaking pumped for that. To answer your question, Kyle, I have many updates on it for you tomorrow. So I'm super pumped for that. Super pumped. Yeah, Savvy Film Geek says, yes, I love Sorority Row. I was obsessed with that movie when it came out. Yeah, I love that movie. It's a lot of fun. It has a really low rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and I get why, but it's so much fun. I don't care. Who would you say is the new Scream Queen? Jenna Ortega, like, without a doubt. Dude, that girl had like 2 back-to-back badass horror movies this year already. We're 3 months into this year and she is just dominating. Oh, and in both movies, she absolutely kills it in 2 completely different roles. I loved her character in both movies. I actually kind of hated her character in X, but that was totally the point. The Final Girls is greater than X. Ugh, Alejandro. I'm sorry, man. No. I liked The Final Girls. That was a really good movie, but X is an 11 out of 10 for me, man. I don't know. Barry. We're not going to talk about Barry as the Joker. We're not going to talk about that here. Sorry, Dr. Andy. Jenna Ortega by far, yes. Taymon, what's going on? Taymon Kane. What's up? What's up? Don did not need to do a whole TV series. One movie focusing on the core movie characters would have been satisfying enough. He stretches things out way further than needed. Like, here's how I feel about it, Devontae. If they were to make a movie at this point, they probably would have like those characters be a part of it. And I wouldn't have been upset about that. I don't hate the characters. I just feel like there's scenes in that TV series where I'm like, this is completely unnecessary, or this didn't go on for long enough. There were the TV series has moments where I really enjoyed it. Like any scenes with the legacy characters done very well. With all the Andy Barclay stuff, that's awesome. Like that one episode that starts off where they kill one of the Chucky dolls. Oh my God, that was awesome. I was jumping out of my seat. I was like, this is great. Finally, something awesome in this TV series. But when it's just the kids alone, which was the majority of the show, I was losing interest real fast. And it was the writing. It wasn't the performances. I'm not discounting them, and listen, don't blame Don Mancini for that TV show not being fantastic. That is not the problem. Don Mancini can write a good script. He can. But the problem with that is the Sci-Fi Network. If there's anyone to blame, it's the Sci-Fi Network for just constantly putting out super low quality stuff. Once again, I hate being the guy that trashes on things. I really do. I don't like trash talking everything, but I'm just, man, the Sci-Fi Network just never puts out good products. I remember even saying before the show came out, I'm like, the Sci-Fi Network's doing it. Ugh, that's rough. I will say, Corduroy Boy just mentioned, did you watch Slumber Party Massacre 2021? It was pretty neat. I actually did really like that. That was a product from Sci-Fi that actually was pretty good. That was an outlier. So I will give the Sci-Fi Network that. The Slumber Party Massacre remake from 2021, if you guys did not see that, was really good. But oh my God, there was a commercial every 5 minutes. Like, it was so jarring. It was so hard to follow that story. I would love to do a rewatch on that at some point, because it was, for what I saw, awesome kills, really well done story, great commentary, a really fun movie. Slumber Party Massacre 2021 was really good. Really enjoyed that one. I used to watch this horrible Friday the 13th knockoff when I was in high school called Bloody Murder. I love Bloody Murder. You'll have to look it up if you haven't heard of it. It's laughable but entertaining. Yeah, no, it's like, that is the definition of a Friday the 13th ripoff. I mean, oh my God, the killer is wearing this crappy looking hockey mask. It's, yeah, no, I enjoy it though. It's, yeah, it's fun. Why not Scream 6 and 7? Because 6 will succeed. 6 will succeed no matter what at this point. If it's a piece of crap, it's going to succeed because of how well the last film did. So, what's your thoughts on the cherry pie scene in The Final Girls? It has never left my mind. That's pretty upsetting. There's a lot of stuff about The Final Girls that I really liked, but for the most part, it's, I don't know. There's something about that movie that like left me, like there was something missing from it. There's a piece of that movie that I felt like just wasn't there. It's like a 3 out of 5 for me if I was to rank it. Really good concept, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the girl characters or something not being as crazy as I wanted them to be or something. I don't know. I also think it's kind of weird how they write in this like breakup basically between the two girl characters. I feel like that just didn't work for me personally. I seem angry about these movies. Don't become Richie and Amber. I promise I won't. I will never become a toxic person like that. Not my cup of tea. Do you think we will get a Final Destination 6? Yes, Mr. Malone or Mrs. Malone. I don't know who I'm talking to. Yeah, no, that's already in the works. Like, that's already happening. So, well, Devonte, I think that's just where we disagree. I actually love all the Chucky movies. Even the remake I do kind of like, but I like all of them, man. And I also seriously doubt that Sci-Fi and USA had very little control on a show that was like one of their big primetime spots. I seriously doubt that. If I'm running a new show and there was something I didn't like about it, yeah, I'd have some things to say about it. I also had like this person come at me on Twitter because I said like it looks low budget, and they're like, every episode had like a $2 million budget. I seriously doubt that all went into just making and producing the show. Seriously doubt that. When will we get a Red Right Hand 2, says JJ. So I can't really answer that question because I don't want to spoil the ending of Red Right Hand 2. I'm going to say the only way I'll do it is if we can get a big budget. That is the absolute only way we will do another one, is if we can get a really big budget, because I can't say why. At this time, no comment. No further comment from myself. Scream 6, with the rumor of Gale being a Gale-centric story after a survivor is killed. How do you think Gale will carry the movie? Team Gale, and who do you think will be killed? First of all, absolutely 100% yes. Let's go. Let's have a Gale-centric movie. I could not want that more. I really think that she will absolutely carry this movie for sure. Even if we have some really good like lead characters, I'm totally down for that. I'm very excited to see what a Gale focused movie would be. I really hope that plot description's true, by the way, that we got. So it's not like 100% confirmed that that's true or not, but basically what it says is that it centers on Gale Weathers. She calls some friends from her past to help out, but it also says that one of our characters that survived the last Ghostface killing will die in the opening scene, basically. So I also feel like that's crucial to this film, to have someone killed, like Mindy, Chad, Tara, or Sam, because if they don't do that, it's going to really dampen the mystery by a lot. You're going to have basically 6 characters, including Gale Weathers and Sidney Prescott. If Sidney Prescott comes back, they're going to be totally cleared for Ghostface, and it's going to be real ridiculous if one of them ends up being the Ghostface killer in 6. So it's going to really mess with the mystery if you don't kill one of those characters. I think Chad's a goner, man, which sucks. I love Chad. He's such a great character, but I don't think he's living through that opening scene, man. It's going to be someone, and I feel like this next movie is also going to focus a lot on Tara and Sam's relationship. So I don't think either of them are going in the opening scene. Maybe later on, I could see one of them dying. Not Sam, probably Tara. But I really think Chad's the one that's going to go. Because I feel like more people really like Mindy than Chad, which that's tough, but because I like both characters a lot. But I think Chad's a goner, which sucks, but like I said, it really messes up your mystery, and that's something that cannot be bad. That's something that cannot be bad about a Scream movie. You can't sacrifice that just to have more characters, more beloved characters survive a movie. So Jordan says, please let's not focus on Gail. Why not? I say we've never done that before. We've always focused on Sydney. Like, I know I've gone on and on and I've gone on and on about how, like, okay, we got to not focus on Sydney this time around because we've done that in 4 movies already. And it's starting to get repetitive. We have not had a movie that focused on Gail. That's a big thing that I would love to see happen, and have the killer have a motive related to her. If you want to make it about the legacy characters again, that's the way to do it, in a way that satisfies all parties, I think. It satisfies the party of people who want to get back to the legacy characters, who want it to be focused on that. And it also satisfies the people who want a new and original story, because it's not the same old, same old. We've never had a Scream movie focus on Gail Weathers. She's always just kind of been there for whatever reason. I would love if one of the Ghostfaces gets caught at the start of the film. Man, I seriously don't know why they haven't done it yet. Great question. I think in a lot of the sequels, they do play it safe. I think 4 is the first time where they start to kind of deviate a little bit and started to do something a little different, which was cool. If you think about it, Scream 4 is basically just the crappy remake of Scream that never got made, but just making fun of that the whole time. That's what I really appreciate about the film. I think that's a lot of fun, personally. I love Mason Gooding, too. I absolutely love him. Great character. Devontae says Seed could have been darker and less gross. Curse could have included Andy and not Nika, and featured Tiffany in the Flash. I love Curse, man. I don't know. Nika's a great character, in my opinion. Cult should have been Andy's story and Chucky getting inside of him. Yeah, I do like that Cult has like the B plot with Andy, so that's really cool. I also love Andy and Chucky's dialogue in Cult. I don't know. I really like, the only movie I really don't love is Seed, but even Seed has some like redeemable moments. So I don't know. Seed of Chucky is still like, I'll put that on from time to time. I'll watch that one. I enjoy it. I don't know. I want a character to become obsessed with movies, but like in a good way. Like Uber Randy, like can almost see into the future, like a few steps ahead. I mean, we kind of have Mindy, so Mindy's kind of that character. That would be cool if Mindy really takes like a bigger spot in this movie. I really enjoyed. She was one of my favorite new characters from the last one. So for her to have a bigger role, 100% agreed. I would love to see her do that. My stepdad said that if Scream 5 did great, they would announce Scream 6 fast. So if Scream 6 does great, they could possibly announce 7 fast. Will Red Right Hand be released in theaters? That's a great segue. Like I said, the movie Life, I really think that 7's already going to happen. I really think that. And the reason they're not telling us is because of something that happens in 6. Just like how I can't really confirm or deny a Red Right Hand 2 right now because of something that happens in Red Right Hand. So I don't know. Will it be in theaters? No. Look, I wish we had the kind of money for that, but it will be streaming here for free for everyone to check out on the Trigger Mortis YouTube page, which you can check out in my little community section or like channels section on my page, and it pops up. So if you guys want to subscribe to that, that's where all my movies will live. Because we're also going to be posting a little shorts that we're working on real soon. It's an idea we had that we wanted to do. We didn't end up having the time to do for another thing, so we're just going to film it real quick. It's a funny little project that I think you guys are going to like, so that's coming soon. I would want the audience to see the one killer's identity and the character interact with the audience. Oh, like, so have it be super meta, like breaking the fourth wall meta. Scream has never been that kind of meta to me. So like that might be something interesting to play with if they had a script focused on that. Ghostface called Imagine Gale and Sydney chase scene again. Taman Kane brings up a good point. Speaking of cults, do you think that we have no choice but to have a Ghostface cult? Dude, I think that would be sick. I think it would be really cool to have like someone cornered with like Gale and Sydney being cornered with like 4 Ghostfaces about to come after them. And it's just like, what the hell? Like what happens next? This is crazy. So I wouldn't be against that personally. Jacob Browning's got to go. Thanks for stopping by, Jacob. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Will Scream 8, 9, 10 be an entire new trilogy? Will Sam or Tara be the new Sydney? Like, I don't know. I said earlier on this stream that like I would love to see a new Scream film like every 5-10 years, honestly. I think there's always going to be something to comment on in the horror genre. I feel like that's not going to get stale anytime soon, personally. So if they want to keep coming at us with some great new characters, bring back some legacy characters every now and then, I'm totally fine with that personally. I think it could work. There's a lot to comment on, especially in the horror genre right now, that honestly, I'm kind of shocked the new Scream film didn't touch on too much. They focused a lot on Star Wars fandom, which is odd, but I appreciated it. I really did appreciate it. So moving forward though, I hope Scream 6 comments a little more on just specifically horror. I did like what they did with Scream 5. That was interesting. But I hope they focus on like what's going on with horror. There's a lot you can comment on right now, especially the big divide between people who don't love like the elevated horror stuff, the A24 movies, and people who really want to go back to like just low-key slashers that aren't super powerful, don't have some kind of message behind them. They're just fun, you know? So I think that's interesting. I think that would be an interesting thing to comment on. Which they kind of do in 5 a little bit, but to expand upon that, there's a lot of avenues they could go with it, I think. Weird thought, but I think Jack Quaid would make a great Deadpool. See, it's kind of hard to cast another Deadpool after Ryan Reynolds. Like, who could play Deadpool better than him, you know? I could see Jack Quaid playing a snarky character like that, though. He's really good at that. Especially at the end of the new Scream. Wow, I mean, he's nutty. Ghostface is my favorite horror icon. Heck yeah, man. Like, I love Ghostface. He's super creepy. He or she is always very scary. Do you think they'll bring Martha back for Scream 6? I could see that happening. I could see that her coming back again. I mean, her kids are going to be in it. So, yeah, of course. 100%. I've talked about this before. I know a lot of people want to see Christina Carpenter and Leslie Mocker be in this next film, but I'm kind of like on the fence about it. I really like that they have this separation between the parent characters and our kid characters. It really speaks volumes about how the mothers feel about their said children. I could see Leslie Mocker coming into this and being important, but Christina Carpenter, I'm kind of like, I'd rather just not see her. I feel like that kind of ruins all the potential that you had set up in Scream 5 that you did so well. There's another movie called Let the Right One In, but I can't remember what the remake is called. It's not Let the Right One In. Let Me In. Let Me In. Let Me In. I think it's called just Let Me In. In that remake though, which is one of the better remakes ever made in my opinion, they have this thing where your main character is this kid who's living in a crappy apartment somewhere, and his mom only has a voice role. Like, for the most part, you never see his mom, and it speaks volumes about their relationship without actually saying it straight to your face. That's a big thing about script writing that is so tough to do. And if you're not good at it, it makes your script fall flat. If you're just having your characters explain exactly their relationships with other people, show, don't tell. That's a big rule with screenwriting. Show, don't tell. Let me in. Thank you. Yeah. I love that remake. It's really well done. Has some really good emotional moments and scary moments too. Devontae, the thing about showing Christina in this movie though is like, isn't that going to make it all about Billy Loomis again? Isn't that going to make it all about the original again? Which is like something I'm desperately trying to I really want them to get away from, I think. Let's tell a new story. Let's Let's bring back legacy characters, but also tell a new story to further that a little more, I think. So I'm just worried that if they bring Christina Carpenter in, they bring Stu Macher back and all that, it's just going to be all about the original movie again. It's just like, I want to tell a new story. So I don't know. I could see Joel coming back now that this is possibly going to be a Gale Weathers centric movie. I mean, Joel was working for Gale for a while. Is he still working for Gale? Or maybe he is now once again working for Gale in Scream 6. I could see that being the case. That would be really cool. So more Dwayne Martin. I'm not complaining, man. He's fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic. So I would love to see that. So I'm going to be wrapping up here real quick at 8:50. So 7 more minutes, unless we get some more super chats. Just saying. Zoe Crawford makes a good point. I don't like parents involved in horror films. They represent safety and comfort. I think young teen characters fighting on their own is powerful. 100% agreed, Zoe. I feel like the only reason you bring Christina into the picture is to just explain more Billy Loomis stuff. Which, like, if they do that, okay, like, I guess, you know, but I'm kind of, for me, I want to get away from that. I want to start telling a new story. So, and I agree with you, Zoe. I feel like, yeah, when the parents leave, it's scarier that way for these teenage characters to have to deal with that on their own. That in itself already adds to the horror element, which I guess I value more than just telling a story about characters from the past. So, Shazeb Malik is in the chat. What's going on, Shazeb? KJJ. If you guys don't know, Shazeb has a role in Red Right Andy as a cameo. So Shazeb Malik is the future president of the United States, and he will be running for office here in I don't even know, 2048. Sure. I know a lot of people want to see Christina Carpenter come into this movie to explain the Billy story a little more, but what if we get a crappy backstory? Especially when it's unnecessary to the storyline. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want her to come in and then like have this whole scene where we give a flashback. Like that's 10, 15 minutes of your movie that could suck and be pointless. Like that is a risk I don't want them to take. There's a lot of risks I want them to take for this movie, but that just seems unnecessary to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. I've seen so many people that really want Christina Carpenter to come into the film. Sure. You know, if they do it right and it has some kind of importance to the plot line, okay. But if it doesn't, then no, don't bring her back. If you're just going to bring her back to explain the Billy stuff and then she just kind of dies and dips out, I'm going to be completely disappointed. So I'll be like, okay, well, nice. You just filled 10 minutes of runtime. Great job, guys. And they won't do that. They won't do that. Less characters, the better, too, in any movie, I think. I hate when there's too much... I hate when there's way too many characters in a movie and you're like, you can't even keep up with all of them. If you have like 6 centric characters that are all written very well, that's all you need. That's all you need. With a Scream movie, obviously you got to have some more people for red herrings. So there's probably going to be like a cast of like 13, 14 people. And also if the leaks are true, Christina Carpenter and Leslie Macher are going to be in the film. But like I said, I'd rather them not do that if they're just going to have one scene that just explains all that. So Jen Warder just extended the time. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. We're going till 8:55 now. Let's go. And yeah, I am on Eastern time. I saw someone saying that. Yeah, Eastern time. So it is 8:47 for me right now. So 8:55. Oh yeah. You know what's better than 8:54? 8:55. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. So anyways, talking about let's make this time last if we don't get anything else. So let's talk about some good stuff here. Getting into some more Scream 6 stuff. Radio Silence are smart filmmakers, so they won't pull that crap, says Aiden. The one thing I really respect about Radio Silence is they don't waste a single moment. Every single scene in Scream 5 has some like it's multi-purposed. There are scenes where there is adding to the red herrings of certain characters while also explaining something that's really necessary for the plot. And no, they're not the guys writing it. That's Guy Busick and James Vanderbilt, but they worked very closely with them. And I think they do a really good job. They did a really good job writing in both Ready or Not and Scream 5, their two latest projects. So I'm very excited to see what they cook up for Scream 6. I'm pretty pumped about that. They also announced like a year ago that they were going to be working on this film that was very similar to The Faculty, where it's like another murder mystery type of film, but it's like one of the teachers is a like possessed by some kind of not possessed, but has like a body snatcher in them, you know, something along those lines. An alien parasite has taken over them. They were apparently going to be making a movie very similar to that. I don't know what happened to that project. Probably with the success of Scream, they kind of abandoned it, is my question. But I would love to see that actualized. I would love to see Radio Silence doing something like that. So that would be fun. Taymon says, such good pacing, they really get it. Yeah, I really liked the fast pace of the new one. I thought that was really fun. That was really different. Really changed it up a little bit. Fast-paced movies are usually just my favorite thing too. I love fast-paced movies. If you have a good, like, sometimes a good slow burn will catch me. Like Hereditary is my favorite horror movie ever, pretty much, and that is a slow burn. But you can do a slow burn good if you have interesting little nuggets of information along the way that keep you involved. And then if you have like a super explosive ending like the ending of Hereditary, yeah, then it's going to be worth the wait. So Extron says, do you think Liv was a good red herring? Do you think Judy Hicks was a good red herring? Do you think Mark Kincaid was a good red herring? Liv was meh, red herring wise. I kind of knew she wasn't going to be the killer. I wish they would have set up some more stuff earlier with her to be a red herring, because they kind of start setting that up in that one scene with her and Mindy on the couch. I wish there would have been something earlier on, like in that scene where they're all sitting at the park or whatever outside the high school. They're sitting there on the chairs. I would like for them to have one line where Liv says something kind of sus, and there wasn't enough of that. I feel like in that scene, we should have made Liv a better suspect, I think. Mark Kincaid and Judy, like Judy was a good red herring. Mark Kincaid maybe not as much though. He's a cop. Come on. No, he's not the killer. For those of you who are in the Lethal Collective, my brother is, oh yeah. Jen, that's really good news. I'm really happy that's really good news, Jen. I'm really sorry that that's going on too. That must be really tough. Wishing you the best, Jen. Much love. The Movie Life, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the live stream. Hope you do another one soon. I will have another live stream this Friday focusing on Halloween Ends after the Lethal Collective stream. So make sure to check that out then. Do you think they will get big names for 6? Oh yeah, for sure, Kyle. I think for sure we get some bigger names for 6. I want to see like Sydney Sweeney. I feel like would be good in a Scream film. She would be a really good red herring, I think. Oh my God, yes! Let's fucking go, baby! Ugh! Your package has just left the building. Package is heading your way now. Guess what that package is, baby? Scream 5. Let's go. I'm so pumped. I am pumped. I'm pumped to watch that. I'm pumped to watch all the behind the scenes stuff. That's what I'm the most pumped for. Oh! Honestly, I might watch that first. I have watched none of that. I guess some of that's available on digital. I have not watched anything yet. So I'm very excited to see like what the Radio Silence guys have to say about the movie and all that. I love watching behind the scenes stuff like that. So Extron, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it wasn't enough. I wish we could have had something where she had alluded, like maybe, you know how Chad had all the bruises on his arm and that kind of went nowhere? I wish they would have had like a conversation that made you believe that maybe Liv was the one that did that, was the one that caused those bruises. I think that would have been kind of messed up. So thank you, DYLJE Malone, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. I want to be stunt director in Red Right Hand. We are. I can't say what, but I'm going to be partaking in a certain stunt in Red Right Hand that I am very, very nervous about. That's gonna be fun. I'm very worried about breaking bones in my body performing this said stunt, but we're doing it. Listen, if nothing else comes out of Red Right Hand, you're gonna see a very physical performance from yours truly. And that alone should be enough to hopefully win some people over. Oh man, you guys have no idea. You guys have no idea. Oh, man. I can't. It's going through my brain right now. I'm like, if I talk about it anymore, I'm gonna spoil something. But yeah, I'm gonna get beat up in the next couple of months, so it's gonna be real fun doing this. Mia Goth in Scream 6. Good suggestion. Mia Goth gave the performance of a fucking lifetime in X, if you guys have not seen that yet. Holy crap. She plays a dual role as not only the main character Maxine, but also the main killer Pearl. Like, what other movie have you ever seen where a final girl is also playing the main killer? Like, oh my God, that's so cool. The more you learn about X, the cooler the movie becomes. I don't know. I love that film so much. It's my favorite movie of the 2020s so far. Bar none. That one's number one. If I had to do a top 10 list of 2020 horror movies, like of the 2020s so far, that's tough. I would probably say like Scream 5's on there for sure. It's not number one, but it's on there. Invisible Man from Lee Winnell for sure. VHS 94, which I'm also getting in the mail sometime soon. Man, that's tough. I don't know what else I would put on there. There's a lot of really good movies that have come out in the past like 2 years, so tough stuff. Dewey was a red herring in Screams 1 and 2, and I didn't really like it because it didn't really make any sense. I agree, Extron. I think like there are certain people that are definitely not the killers where it's like, that's weird. You know, and like Dewey's a cop. He's got good intentions. I never saw him being the killer. And yeah, I agree. There's parts in like 1 and 2 where you're kind of like, that's suspicious. So X will be a classic one day. X ruled. Hell yeah, baby. Love me some X. Do y'all like the Saw films? I love me some Saw films. Some good stuff there. I think I'm going for 5 more minutes, right? Yeah, I'm going for 5 more minutes. Sure. I'm going for 5 more minutes, everybody. Let's get us to 2 hours here. So I'm pretty sure I'm going for 5 more minutes. Yeah. Sure. What is a good 4K Blu-ray player you suggest? Asks Jordan Talks Films. So I'll say this. If you can get your hands on a PS5, go for it, because then you don't need to buy a Blu-ray player. You don't need to buy a 4K player. I have a 4K player. I'll tell you the brand of it, actually. Give me like 1 second. But yeah, if you can get a PS5, that's the way to go. I have a Samsung 4K player at the moment, so I'm gonna take the old headphones off. They're getting a little annoying. But yeah, Samsung makes some good stuff for the 4K players. If you can get a PS5, like I said, those are not easy to get your hands on. I would recommend that because it's a Blu-ray and 4K player all in one. So. Woo, that old indigestion's really getting me. I probably shouldn't be drinking Mountain Dew. I've been really cutting back on pop lately, and now whenever I have a pop, I get like indigestion. You guys don't care. I would want Eva Longoria as Christina Carpenter if she appears in Scream 6. That would be a good choice. That's a good choice, I would say. I like that. I like that casting. You like it? I use Xbox. Yeah, like if I didn't have to have a 4K player, I would rather have everything all in one thing, because it's kind of annoying when I like have to go back and forth between like doing something on my PS4 versus like this. I mostly game on my PC now that I have kind of a decent PC. So can we please talk about Kirby opening the film? Please no. Please, if there's a horror god out there, please don't kill Kirby in the opening scene. I want some more Kirby. I want some more Kirby being important to a Scream film so badly. Oh, that would be great. I don't want her to be in the opening scene. Oh, God, that'd be so devastating to bring her back just to kill her. Man. I also think if that plot synopsis is true, yes, it could be Kirby, because it alludes to someone who has survived past Ghostface killings. Could be Kirby, but I really don't think it. I don't think so, man. Man, that would just be so disappointing to bring her back and then to kill her immediately. Ugh. But I will say, good setup on the Radio Silence guys' half for setting that up very briefly in a blinker you'll miss an Easter egg in Scream 5, and then to bring her back and then to kill her, like opening scene, it would be a shock, but I feel like it would kind of be disappointing to some if they just killed her like that and didn't give her enough screen time to chew up, because Hayden Panettiere just chews the scenery when she's out there, especially playing in a role like Kirby, you know? So imagine how Kirby felt after finding out that Jill was one of the killers. If she appears in 6, that's something they'll probably have to address. Yeah. Oh, 100%. I would love to hear her take. We could have a whole like commentary of Scream 4 a little bit. And another thing that would be a massive missed opportunity if they killed Kirby in the opening scene is like, wouldn't you kill for a back and forth between Kirby and Mindy? I would love to just see that scene, and maybe they're kind of annoying some of the other characters, like talking about horror films. Oh, I live for that shit. If they put that in the next movie, 100%. I would love for that. Oh, that'd be so cool. Kirby shall return one day, says Aiden. One day. One day. Can we get the other Scream movies in 4K already? Yes. Say it louder for the people in the back, Zoe. Let's get some more 4K movies for the Scream films. I would love to have like 2 through 4 now, because we only have 4Ks of 1 and 5. So, is it bad that I want Freddie Prinze Jr. and Linda Cardellini? Then all the Scooby-Doo actors are also in Scream. That'd be pretty funny. That would be pretty fucking funny if they bring them in. Freddie Prinze Jr. actually recently tweeted about wanting to be in more horror movies. So I could see him being like a character in this some way, one way or another. If the other thing about doing a New York setting is you can expand characters outside of the realm of just like high school or college kids, which I think would be interesting to see, to not just have it be a focus on that. Cause you know, we've seen that enough. And like, these are teen slasher movies. That's kind of like the point of them. But regardless, I feel like you could bring some other people in, like people who were more popular in the 90s into Scream. That would be fun. A lot of people would enjoy seeing that. Like the 2 you suggested just now, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Linda Cardellini. So. Oh, we have a whole ass minute before I'm killing the stream. So if someone wants to throw in some super chats now, otherwise I'm going to be chilling for the rest of the night. So your boy is a bit tired, but like I said, super chats will keep me running. So I will answer this and then I'm probably going to shut it off. Mindy and Kirby is a duo I now need in my life. That would be awesome. Yes. Arguing about what is a good horror movie and what isn't. Oh yeah, like them going back and forth about being like, oh, this new one is awesome, but maybe Kirby hates it for whatever reason. You could literally see the back and forth between like someone who loves like A24 style kind of movies where they're a little more like deep and they don't get really crazy until the ending. You could have that back and forth between Mindy and Kirby. I don't know who would take what side about someone who like likes those films, someone who doesn't, someone who wants like a more simplistic version, but I 100% could see that conversation happening. So, all right, y'all, I'm gonna get moving, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who came to the stream tonight. I will be live again this Friday, and I'm, of course, now that I'm a full-time content creator, you will be seeing videos every single day, maybe even multiple videos. Who knows? So